Hello and welcome to the Black Friday Cyber Monday Power Up product launch event. My name is Alicia Thomas and I will be hosting today. We have a ton of stuff to cover, so let's get into it. This event is being recorded and will be available as soon as we are done today. Your registration will get you access to our exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday strategy session this Thursday, where you can connect with two of our amazing CSMs and ask them anything related to BFCM strategy. And finally, we'll be hosting office hours every week leading up to Black Friday Cyber Monday to make sure that your SMS strategy is in tip-top shape. During this event, we have our team standing by to answer questions, which you can access on the right-hand side of the screen. Please make sure to use the questions tab to post your questions so that our team can easily reply. For our agenda today, we will be launching 4 key products that you can supercharge your BFCM SMS strategy with. For Postscript customers, all these products are ready for you to deploy in your Postscript account immediately. And lastly, we're going to reserve the final 5 to 10 minutes of the session today for Q&A with our speakers. And now to kick us off, I am proud to introduce Alex Beller, co-founder and president of Postscript. Alex?
Thank you, Alicia. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you all here. Thank you all for joining us. In general, I love getting together with our merchant and our partner community. So I'm especially excited to do that today to share some pretty big updates ahead of the holidays. Black Friday and Cyber Monday, right? This is no longer just a weekend. It's really more like a season. And for all of us in e-commerce, I tend to think of it, and we all tend to talk about it like it's our Super Bowl, right? It's when you expect a huge percentage of your yearly revenue to be generated. So we want to support you through all of that, especially because let's be frank, right? This year, we're facing a lot of unique challenges. Many brands are having inventory or supply chain issues due to COVID. And Apple's recent iOS changes, they're fundamentally shifting how brands are thinking about their paid ad channels. And for many, it's been a huge hit. So even with all those challenges, though, what won't change this year is huge consumer demand, right? Every single year, the predictions for consumer spending during BFCM, they keep going up. And this year's no exception. So many merchants have reached out to us asking how they should adapt, what their Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategy should be, just in light of all that uncertainty. But the truth is that what will work on the SMS channel doesn't change just because of the holidays or because there are some headwinds in e-commerce this year. So at Postscript, we're building the conversational commerce platform for Shopify merchants, right? We believe that SMS will revolutionize relationships between consumers and merchants for the better. And this is a pretty unique philosophy we have. And why we have that philosophy and what we use it for is that it informs both the strategic advice that we give merchants and the best practices we preach, but it also informs the products that we decide to build, which we're going to show in a little bit and why we're all here today. So an effective SMS strategy, right? Whether or not it's the holidays, it's about a few different things. It should be real time, it should be personalized, it should be two-way, and it should utilize great on-brand creative. And given the headwinds in e-commerce right now and some of those challenges that I was just describing, it's more important than ever for merchants to adopt that sort of strategy and to really skew away from just the untargeted mass promotional sending, the never-ending discounts. So I promise we're going to get into these product launches in just a minute, but I want to get even more specific first because this framework stuff is really important. So let's look at the standard life cycle of an SMS subscriber in e-commerce today. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's every few days, a full list send with a discount code. There's no personalization. There's no two-way engagement. It's fundamentally uncreative. I know we're all subscribed to brands sending like this. And our competitors push this as the norm, right? You can see it on this diagram here. A new subscriber comes in, a captured phone number, and then there's a promotional blast. And then there's a higher discount promotional blast. And then there's another one. And this goes and goes and goes. Maybe you squeeze out a conversion, but then that user unsubscribes. And in SMS, what we see is that it's nearly impossible to get someone resubscribed. They're gone for good. The creative is bland, and that approach, right? It's really far from what we were talking about an SMS strategy that's real-time, personalized, and two-way. So let's compare this to the Postscript way. It starts the same. with a new user signing up or a captured phone number. And maybe it does have some marketing to drive an initial conversion, but it does not devolve into endless promotions. Instead, after that initial conversion, brands are adding value. They're doing it with content, with alternative message types, using the channel for support, making it two-way. And all of these sorts of added value messages, they keep users engaged and they keep your list healthy so that folks stick around longer, buy again, increase your LTV, and decrease unsubscribe rates, which is really important. So this is the Postscript way. And our entire team and our entire platform, they've both been designed with this North Star in mind. So with the goal of helping you all maximize the holidays in this way, in the Postscript way, while avoiding that just endless promotional list burning loop, let's take a look at what we're launching today. Okay, so every product we launch is built to align your strategy with the Postscript way and with the evolving best practices we see in the space. So we're excited to show you a few things today that can help you immediately grow your revenue for the holidays, while in general, just setting a great foundation for success long after the holidays are done and into next year. So we're going to start by talking with some list growth updates and how to maximize the brand new Shopify checkout collection process to really grow your list ahead of BFCM. Then we're going to walk through a brand new feature called campaign flows. There is nothing like this available in our space today. None of our competitors have it. It's completely new. I'm very excited about it. It's very native to SMS. Then we're going to move into a few more conversion-oriented features, right? Browse abandonment, add to cart abandonment, which should grow your revenue and improve conversion rates in a really substantial way. And this is different than the abandoned carts that we all have set up. This is new. This is incremental. So this is going to be a new revenue lever. And then lastly, we're going to cover some new, deeper help desk integrations that we've been improving and rebuilding to just help turn holiday shoppers into customers for life with really good customer service, right? Using the channel in that two-way manner. So the features that we're showing you are live in your Postscript accounts today. You can leave this call, you can jump on with our amazing support team or with your customer success manager, or just self-serve and you can get it set up immediately. All right. I cannot wait to show you what we've been cooking up. But none of these features really matter if Postscript doesn't have the infrastructure that supports them. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday, as I'm sure you can all imagine, it puts a huge load on us and on the telephone carriers. So we've made a ton of big improvements to ensure that your messages get delivered when they matter most, and that Postscript is going to be rock solid throughout the holiday season. So to talk about some of these infrastructure improvements, I'm going to hand it over to our CEO, my co-founder, all around nice guy, Adam Turner.
Thank you, Beller. You are too kind. Howdy, everyone. How's it going? Before we get into the really good stuff, we have to talk about some important updates. So it's hard to overstate how big of a spike we see each Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's insane. Last year, we delivered roughly 25 million messages. And if you think that's big, this year we expect to increase that by 4 times to over 100 million messages. It makes us one of the largest senders in the world. Our team has been hard at work making major upgrades to our database infrastructure to improve scalability during this high traffic time. We have engineers on call, proactively monitoring metrics, and we're using tools like PagerDuty to report incidents with greater accuracy and speed. We've also committed to doing a code freeze 1 week prior to Black Friday, Cyber Monday to ensure a stable environment for our merchants and internal teams. Technology isn't the only thing we fortified, though. We've also made some serious investments into our Postscript support team. Our customer-facing organization, which has grown from under 10 to over 50 this year alone, over 50, will be ready to assist you during this important time. Our goal is to make sure that merchants can step into Black Friday, Cyber Monday with complete confidence. And our expectation is that these improvements do just that. Okay, now let's get to the good stuff. I'd like to welcome Lydia Buck to the stage. Lydia is one of our amazing product marketing managers here at Postscript and is excited to talk about SMS checkout collection. Howdy, Lydia.
Thanks, Adam. Hi, everyone. My name is Lydia, and I'm a product marketing manager here at Postscript. I'm excited to walk you all through our first feature update, which is SMS checkout collection. In the next few slides, I'll walk you all through what's changed, what's needed to enable this feature, and how to think about checkout as part of a holistic list growth strategy. For a bit of context, a few years ago, the carriers put a functional ban on checkout collection for SMS. Once that decision was made, the only merchants who could leverage this key point in the customer journey for marketing consent were Shopify Plus merchants. We've been working closely with Shopify and sharing your feedback to work on a change that would unlock this key step for non-Shopify Plus customers. Shopify heard us and recently released an update that allows all Shopify stores to collect SMS consent at checkout in a compliant way. This is a big deal because we know that 60% of all marketing consent is collected at checkout. The ability to collect SMS consent at this stage is an incredible tool to add to your list growth strategy ahead of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. As you can see from the image on this slide, it's pretty simple to enable. Go to the settings page of your Shopify admin dashboard and select checkout. Locate the marketing consent section and select the checkbox under SMS marketing. From there, you can customize the language you want, and the new SMS opt-in subscribers will start to flow into Postscript. Turning this feature on as soon as possible will, 1, maximize list growth leading up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and 2, capture Black Friday, Cyber Monday holiday shoppers into your SMS channel so you can gain a loyal customer for the future. If you're a Shopify Plus merchant, you can continue to use the Postscript SDK to collect subscribers at checkout. The benefit of our SDK is that it allows you to collect opt-ins higher up in the checkout funnel. We'll include more information on both of these options in the event follow-up materials. One thing I want to emphasize here is to not rely solely on checkout collection for list growth. Checkout collection is great because you can set it and forget it, but our research has found that while it's great for quantity, it's not great for top of the list for quality. Our data science team found that in early stages of the subscriber lifecycle, keyword subscribers have a 30 to 40% higher click-through rate, earnings per message, and conversion rates compared to checkout subscribers. So definitely don't miss out on collecting numbers at checkout, but we recommend building a list growth strategy that includes multiple channels. If you only invest in 3 things for list growth, it should be through keywords, pop-ups, and SMS collection at checkout. I highly recommend doing this before Black Friday, Cyber Monday to make sure you don't miss out.
Absolutely. Definitely head into those accounts and turn on checkout collection as soon as possible. This is awesome, Lydia. I can't wait to see how the change impacts not just the list growth, but the growth of the channel, right? So many new customers are going to be introduced to SMS for the first time. And we can't wait to see what you all merchants do with this. So now I'm excited to talk about something that we've been working on for months. And that is a feature called campaign flows. But before I talk about the feature, I want to talk about what campaign flows represent. This is the first feature we are launching as a part of our new visual flow builder. Not only is this a massive improvement to the look and feel of Postscript, but Flow Builder is a tremendous step forward in our vision for a one-to-one relationship with your customers through SMS, where multiple stages of the customer journey can be brought into the thread with the customer. This product vision is how we will deliver the real-time, personalized, and two-way conversational commerce platform that Bella was talking about earlier today. Over the next few months, we'll be releasing even more functionality to the Flow Builder that will enable both campaign and automation use cases that are currently impossible over SMS, and that will revolutionize the relationships that you build with your customers. And this is a foundational step in that vision. We decided to start by reinventing campaigns because Postscript customers generate the majority of their SMS revenue through campaigns as opposed to automations. We wanted to enhance the part of the application that could make the most impact for you all. And that was very clearly campaigns. So let's get into it. What are campaign flows? We all know that campaigns are a single message that you send one time, right? But if you want to send a follow-up message, you have to build a second and third campaign. It doesn't make sense. That's hard. And so when each message has to be a separate campaign, it's difficult to visualize the complete journey, and it creates a lot more room for error. It also just makes it really messy in your Postscript account, right? What I'm showing you on screen here is probably pretty close to what your campaigns tab looks like right now. But now with campaign flows, you can create multi-step campaigns that send over several days or even weeks. And in the coming weeks, you'll also be able to split a campaign flow into multiple branches based on how the subscriber interacts with your messages. Maybe, and also what actions they take on your site, or if you're trying to A/B test different copy, you'll be able to split out all of these things. You could use this feature to create a campaign with 2, 3, 4, or 10 steps to enable a huge range of use cases. Imagine you want to do a product launch and build up hype to the drop itself over a series of 5 messages. Or do a time-based challenge to incur a rate of time. All of this is now possible with campaign flows. This new feature will make it incredibly easy to visualize and build a complete flow. And since this is a campaign and not an automation, it will only send once to a segment of customers. And so subscribers will drop out of a flow once they've purchased a product or taken an action. No new subscribers will be added midway through your sequence. This way you send just the right amount of messages to the right people. And I would be remiss to not hit on a very important point that Beller mentioned earlier, but campaign flows functionality is currently only available through Postscript. This workflow cannot be done on any other platforms for SMS. And being a Postscript customer means that you get the latest and greatest SMS features. And campaigns flow is just another example of that. This is a commitment that is personally important to me and the Postscript team. And we will deliver on that promise to our customers. All right, Alex, let's see a demo.
Thanks, Adam. Hey, everyone. I'm Alex Meyer. My name is Alex Meyer, and I'm a product manager at Postscript. The demo of campaign flows that I want to show you today is an example campaign flow that all of you can customize and run for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Here's what it might look like on a timeline. You'll start out by building excitement and anticipation over your Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer with the first 2 messages. In the first message, you can tease what your offer will be. In the second message, you can give it away and announce the date and time that it will go live. This is best practice and can help you cut through the noise early and get subscribers to start thinking about their purchase decision. Next, you'll send the launch message. And finally, you'll follow up with 2 reminder messages in order to build a sense of urgency that the offer will be gone if they haven't made a purchase in the previous steps. Let's see how easy it is to build this complete flow in Postscript, all in one view. All right, so the first thing that you'll want to do building out a new campaign flow is the same thing you do with creating any new campaign. Select the segment of subscribers you want the campaign to go to. The unique thing with campaign flows, however, is that if a subscriber no longer qualifies for the selected segment, they will be removed from the flow, helping to prevent you from sending unnecessary messages. Here, to keep things simple, we've chosen to send this campaign to all subscribers and customers. Once you've selected the segment you would like your campaign to go to, the next step is creating the content of your campaign, your messages, and time delays. On this next slide, you can see an example of how easy it is to add a new message to a flow. You simply grab the send message step on the left and drag it over into the position you want it to be on the right-hand side. In this particular example, we're starting with the message to tease the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. With our easy-to-use message composer, you'll be able to create and edit your message, all while also viewing where it fits within your larger campaign. And don't worry, we've also made it really easy to add fun elements to your messages like emojis and GIFs. At this point, you might be asking yourself, how is this any different than what I can already do with a typical campaign? As previously mentioned, our campaign flow builder differs by giving you the ability to send more than one message in a single campaign. But sending multiple messages all at once doesn't make any sense. That's where our wait step comes into play. In order to spread out campaign messages over a period of time, you'll need to add time delays between messages. Luckily, adding a time delay is as easy as adding a new message. All you have to do is grab the wait step on the left and drag it into the flow wherever you want to add a time delay. For this example, we'll wait 2 days before sending out the second message, which will announce the drop date when it will be. It's as simple as that. To build the rest of the flow, you can use a combination of these two steps, send message and wait. To finish this particular campaign out, you would add a product drop message, another 2-day delay, followed by 2 reminder messages with a 2-day delay between them. And what's really great about this interface is how flexible it is. You can easily rearrange messages and time delays just by simply dragging them around. Putting this all together, you end up with a campaign flow that looks like the one on the right. With our new flow builder, you are now able to translate your entire marketing calendar into a single campaign all in one place. We encourage all of you to customize and use this campaign flow we just walked through as part of your Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategy this year. And don't worry, we'll be sharing the instructions on how to build this exact campaign flow in the follow-up materials. Oh, and just one more thing. With campaign flows, as Adam mentioned, we are laying the foundation for creating a much more complex and advanced flows that you'll be able to build in the coming months. Want to send different messages to subscribers based on the responses? You'll be able to do this and more soon. Here's an example flow that sends subscribers different messages depending on what they respond with. As we add more and more step options to the flow builder, the possibilities will be endless. We are super excited about what this means for the future of conversational commerce. So now that you have the tools to engage your audience, I'll pass it over to Scott Luna to introduce a new feature that can help you convert those shoppers into purchasers.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott Luna, product manager here at Postscript, and I'm excited to announce that we've launched Browse Abandonment and Add to Cart Abandonment, 2 of our most requested product features. If you're expecting a surge in website traffic leading up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, now is the perfect time to turn on these new automations that target subscribers while they're on your website. Many of you already use our cart abandonment automation, which is triggered when a shopper doesn't complete the checkout process. But these 2 new automations allow you to nudge subscribers towards a purchase much higher up in the funnel. Specifically, Browse Abandonment can be triggered when a subscriber views a product page, and Add to Cart Abandonment is triggered when a subscriber adds a product to their cart, but they don't begin the checkout process. Both of these automations are available in your account right now, along with several new user and trigger filters we've developed so you can customize them based on the first or last product viewed, the cart value, and much, much more. So what does great Browse Abandonment messaging look like? Well, here's 2 examples from our customers Canine Sport Sack and Death Wish Coffee that have helped them recover over $13,000 in potentially lost sales. Now, you might be wondering what kind of returns you can expect from these new automations. So we're happy to share the early results from our beta testing. Among all the shops that had a Browse Abandonment automation enabled, we saw an average click-through rate of 14% and a click-to-order conversion rate of 12.3% that resulted in a $1.18 average EPM. Remember, these are averages among all Postscript shops that just started using these new automations, and we expect them to grow as you all continue to iterate and find out what works best for your particular shop and your customer base. So what makes Postscript's Browse Abandonment and Add to Cart Abandonment different from what's already on the market? Well, there's 3 things I want to touch on. First, from a shopper's perspective, we wanted to prevent overexposure to Browse Abandonment that could lead to a general unresponsiveness or a negative brand perception simply because someone is taking time to look at products in your shop. In other words, we know you don't want to spam your subscribers, and we built safeguards directly into the product that automatically prevent this. These guardrails mirror the existing requirements for the abandoned cart automation, which limit the automation to 1 message and require the message to be sent no more than 48 hours after the trigger event. In addition, subscribers can only enter Browse Abandonment or Add to Cart Abandonment automations once every 72 hours. We strongly feel these guardrails not only follow the guidelines laid out by the mobile carriers, but they also preserve your budget and they'll help keep your unsubscribe rates low. Second, as with all Postscript automation, you have access to trigger-specific filters and over 35 user filters that allow you to get as granular and segmented as you see fit. For example, you can create a browse abandonment automation that targets shoppers who have never purchased from you before and viewed 5 or more products during their particular browsing session. Alternatively, if you wanted to target shoppers that were more likely to convert, you could use the product added to cart trigger and filter the message to subscribers who have purchased at least 3 times in the last 90 days. These use cases simply aren't possible with other SMS vendors. Finally, because Postscript is built exclusively for Shopify, we're able to dedicate more time to creating a seamless integration within our SDK. This means that unlike other SMS providers, you don't have to worry about manually modifying your theme files to take full advantage of these new automations. Modifying your theme can create unintended consequences when it comes time to upgrade, or it can make it harder to migrate to a new theme altogether. Said another way, using these automations from Postscript requires 0 code from you. So let's take a look at how I can set up one of these browse abandonment automations. Let's say I run a store that sells jewelry, and I want to create messaging specifically for subscribers who have purchased from my store at least twice and whose last interaction in a browsing session was viewing a high-priced necklace. We'll start by creating a new automation with a subscriber-viewed product trigger. Then we'll customize this by adding a trigger filter to the automation to make sure it only fires when the most expensive product viewed was greater than $200, and the URL of the last product viewed contains the word necklace. Last, we'll make sure we target those repeat purchasers by adding a user filter and configuring it to only include customers with 2 or more orders. After editing the message, here's what the customer will see. The text includes a dynamic photo of the last product viewed, as well as a link that takes the user right back to that product. Optionally, you could update this to the first product the subscriber viewed during the browsing session. Or if you wanted to message subscribers that were more likely to convert, you could edit the automation properties and swap out the trigger to the product added to cart trigger. So that's it for browse abandonment. We're really excited to give you another tool that can help you close the gap on missed opportunities, and we can't wait to see how you all take advantage of it leading up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. As with everything else we're showing you here today, we'll send you instructions after the event that detail how you can get started with these new automations. And now I'll pass it back to Alex to talk about our help desk integrations.
Thanks, Scott. Very cool to hear more about browse abandonment. I'm now going to transition us to our final product release, which is announcing our latest help desk integrations and MMS forwarding capability. As order volume picks up for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we anticipate seeing a 58% increase in support tickets from holiday shoppers. Therefore, we want to make sure that our merchants are not only able to field general support tickets, but are also able to turn Black Friday, Cyber Monday shoppers into long-term brand advocates. With that, we are proud to announce 6 new help desk partnerships and our MMS forwarding capability. I don't know about all of you, but I can't tell you how frustrating it is to be prompted to go to a merchant site to claim a discount code, only to find the discount code is no longer valid and there is no way to get an answer via SMS. This buying experience is far from the ideal and could potentially turn these almost brand loyalists into one-time buyers. The addition of these 6 new help desk integrations and our MMS forwarding feature are game changers when it comes to meeting a buyer where they are and converting them from a single purchaser to a forever brand advocate. These new integrations allow you to send and receive messages through text using your favorite help desk platform. This helps centralize all your customer communications in one place and allows your team to not miss a single customer response. It truly marries your brand's need for scalable interactions while not losing the human aspect that brought customers in from the start. And speaking of not losing the human aspect, not only have we added these new help desk integrations, but we've also made them more powerful with MMS forwarding. MMS forwarding gives customers the ability to text your brand and image. That image can then be housed in your help desk integration and responded to by a member of your customer support team. To date, we've seen over 40,000 images sent to merchants from their customers since this update went live in August. That's huge. Postscript Customer Rec Specs is a great example of a merchant leveraging conversational SMS and MMS forwarding to respond, communicate, and gather user-generated content from their customers. As you can see from the image here, RecSpecs found that customers needed help with selecting the appropriate size goggles for their dogs. Their solution was to have an employee either recommend or confirm a size by looking at a picture and engaging in a two-way conversation. Our MMS forwarding feature allowed them to lean into the conversational aspect of text without losing important context and upsetting customers. This use of MMS forwarding not only improved RecSpec's customer experience, but it also increased product adoption, which led to customers becoming brand advocates for RecSpecs. Texting your customers is conversational by nature. The best interactions you will have on this channel will come from the conversations that you have with your customers. These help desk integrations and features will ensure your team can leverage SMS as a competitive advantage in customer experience.
So cool. Love RecSpecs. Those are awesome. I don't know about you all, but I'm super fired up about all of these product announcements. But we're not quite done yet. We wanted to highlight a few smaller improvements. So first, we're enabling customers to create branded short links in the messages that go out to their customers. With SMS being such a delicate and personalized channel, we believe this will help increase engagement across all of the messages that you send. Next is our update to the Postscript navigation. This is a major design improvement that is the first of many to come in our Postscript web app. We're dedicated to building the best SMS platform, and we can't do that without top-tier design. And finally, we've added the ability to track QR codes and keyword links generated from Postscript. I've seen merchants that have been using these features out to grow their subscriber list in both the physical and digital worlds, and we're excited to give you all further insight into your efforts. I can't wait to see what you all achieve with these new features.
All right. Thank you all for taking the time to listen in today. We will be sending out a follow-up email later this week with more details on each of the products that we talked about today, as well as next steps getting them set up for your brand. We also encourage all of you to join us for the upcoming strategy session, which will be taking place on Thursday. As a reminder, your registration for this event will automatically get you access to the Thursday event, as well as optional office hours with our client success team. So now we're going to open up the floor to any questions that you might have around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, as well as the products that we just talked about here. And again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, all these features are currently live, ready to use. If you need help, let us know. Your customer success manager or Postscript support team member is here to help you. Just let us know. So with that, going to kick off the Q&A. And we've got a lot of questions coming through. The first one, I'm not surprised to see this one. Lots of questions coming in around Postscript Pay, and if we have an update. Adam, I'm wondering, can you talk a little bit about Postscript Pay for folks who aren't familiar and maybe give the audience an update about what's going on there?
Sure, absolutely. So Postscript Pay was one of our earliest products towards the conversational commerce vision. It allowed people to essentially reply a keyword and purchase a product directly in message. Right? So we're increasing conversion rate by taking essentially all of the purchasing steps out of the funnel, not driving people to the website, having them purchase in message. And we've been working extremely diligently with Shopify on a payments integration to allow you to use this seamlessly and allow your subscribers to use it seamlessly. And so we have great news on that front. We expect to have significant progress toward that early next quarter. So that is something that we have a path through, and we're excited about launching it in the future.
Very cool. We also are getting a lot of questions around deliverability. I know we talked on this in the presentation a bit, but people are asking, do we think there should be some problems? Kind of, what's your take on that? Just to maybe dig in a little bit more, Adam.
Sure. So like I mentioned before, we send a ton of messages. We're one of the largest senders in the country for both SMS and MMS. And with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's one of the largest events, not just for us, but for the entire SMS networks. And so the expectation, every year we've seen hiccups from the carriers in some way, shape, or form. With short codes, we expect to happen. The likelihood of that happening is much closer to zero. So we definitely recommend that folks on short codes continue to send through that. And the one thing that I would highlight, and that I think that we're going to be releasing an article about in the future, is that the toll-free MMS networks in the United States specifically are extremely brittle. And so we might expect to see some delays there, but we do expect to see every message get delivered for specifically toll-free MMS. Outside of that, clear skies ahead. I feel like I'm doing a report here. Clear skies ahead outside of that.
Love it. Next question we've got, someone says, I'm really excited about the new features, but I don't have a ton of time to get things set up. Can I get help from Postscript in getting ready? Anyone can answer this question. Maybe Alex?
Struggling with the unmute. Yeah, absolutely. So there's a bunch of different options. The entire Postscript customer-facing organization is like prepped, ready, and trained on these new features. So if you have a customer success manager, you can reach out and set time directly one-on-one with them. Our support team is always available, both via email, but especially live chat, both in-app and on website. And then lastly, and most importantly, as Alicia, you mentioned up top, I highly recommend everyone take advantage of the training and strategy sessions that we're going to be doing every single week between now and Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So your registration to this event registered you for the first one coming up later this week, and we're going to be doing those every single week. So there's a ton of different resources available for you all to get help.
Very cool. We had
Also,
go ahead.
Alicia, as a quick follow-up on the deliverability side of things, for those of you who are sending on toll-free numbers, which I know is a large percentage of our merchants, if you are concerned at all about the carrier networks, if you send us an SMS, there should be no issues at all. And so make sure that you have a backup plan is what I would say about that. These are things that we work diligently with the carriers on all year, and we've made great strides this year, but also they are behemoths. They're a little bit different than an agile startup like ours, and we try and work as well as possible with them. Thanks.
Absolutely. We had a number of questions come in around iOS 15, which is a hot topic right now for everyone in e-commerce. One of them was, with the upcoming holiday season and the increased marketing from other brands, I'm concerned around the increased cost of Facebook ads, especially with the recent change to iOS 15. Also making it hard for me to track the effectiveness of my email marketing because open rates are now basically useless. What would you recommend as I adjust my plans for the upcoming holiday season? Anybody can jump in here.
Who wants it? Okay. So great question. We've been talking to all kinds of brands a lot about the impacts of the iOS changes. So in general, it's a really good time to lean in and further invest in your SMS strategy, right? Measured open rates have never been a thing in SMS. That isn't something that like phones report back. So really our the performance stack and the analytics insights available for SMS as a channel were not impacted by iOS. So you can still understand and see click rates, and you can like optimize your channel in general. How I think about this though is more broadly like a focus on an owned channel and an owned audience. With SMS, you own your list, right? With Postscript, you get access to your subscriber list whenever you want to in a self-serve manner. And so these iOS changes are like a really good time to lean in and like focus on SMS. I did see a question specifically like wondering if iOS has impacted like add to cart or browse abandonment. And no, that is not the case for our browse abandonment feature.
Awesome. I've got two more questions, which I'll just package together because they're kind of related. The first is, my current SMS provider doesn't offer multi-step campaigns. Is there enough time for me to change to Postscript for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? And then we're also seeing a lot of people who are asking, are these new features extra, or are they coming standard with Postscript?
Yeah, so there is absolutely time to transition to Postscript. I know there's a bunch of like prospect or leads on the call. So Postscript, as part of just like the investment we've made into our customer facing organization this year, we've put a ton of effort and energy and hired a lot of new specialists, really focus on getting new accounts stood up and onboarded. We've a dedicated onboarding team now. So if you're shopping around and you're interested in utilizing some of these features that aren't available in your current SMS platform, please reach out to our team. There's a bunch of different ways to do that. You can do it on site via the chat application. You can go ahead and install Postscript from our website, which will kick off that sort of relationship anyway. You can send me an email at alex@postscript.io. All of those are readily available, and we're happy to help.
I love it. A direct line right to the co-founder. Amazing.
Yeah, always.
Doesn't get more personal than that.
And Alex, you don't have someone monitoring. That's just you, right?
No, that's just me. That's just me. There's lots of time ahead of the holidays still for anyone who wants to get started with the channel or just lean in, grow, improve, change platforms, etc.
Sweet. All right. I think that is all the questions that we have today, and we've gotten through all the content. So I want to wrap this thing up. Thank you all for joining us. Keep your eye on your inbox for Thursday's session. You definitely don't want to miss that. A recording of this presentation will also be sent to you. And remember, if you need any help at all, we are here for you. We have multiple sessions happening leading up to BFCM. Our support team is available via chat, via email. And then if you have a CSM, hit them up. They can get you set up, and we will get you rocking and rolling for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Let's go team. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.